Good morning, dear students. We have started chapter 14, and now we are doing exercise 14.4. Chapter 14 name is statistics. Now chapter 14 some questions we have done, so we will start the rest questions where we have left the questions. Now question number 4 we have to do, so we will do it like this. Exercise 14.4, question number 4. In question number 4, student, what we have to find the mode of the data, and the data is given, so we will write it first. 14, 25, 14, 28, 18, 17, 18, 14, 23, 22, 14 and 18. How many numbers are here? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. 12 numbers are there. So student, we have to find the mode. I have told you earlier that how to find the mode. Mode is equal to maximum number of frequency occur. Maximum number of frequency. So we have to find, students, which number have the maximum number of frequency, mean which number is coming more times. So we will calculate it. 14 is coming 1 2 3 4. 14 is coming, students, 4 times. 25 is coming only 1 time. 28 is coming only 1 time. 18 is coming 1 2 and 3. 18 is coming 3 times. 17 1 time. 23 22 is 1 time. So student, we can say that maximum number is 14 because 14 numbers is coming 4 times. So we can say that mode of this is equal to 14. So by this way we can solve the mode questions. Okay, students. Now let us start question number 5. Now question number 5 is that in question number 5, find the mean salary of 60 workers of a factory from the following table. Student, I have told you earlier that how to find the mean. Mean is equal to sum of all observation divided by total number of observation. Student, we know that mean is equal to sum of all observation divided by number of observation. But this type of observation we can find when the values are given in this form, like 1 2 3 4 5 6, like this one. How to find the mean of this? We can simply add and then divide how many numbers are there. Suppose the number are 12, so we can divide it by 12. But in this question it is given it in the tabular form, because salary is given and frequency is given, means the mean is given in the data form. Means we have to find the mean of this data, because data is given in the form of this one, in tabular form. So how we can find the mean of the data? So we can find the mean of the data with the help of this formula. Mean is equal to students. Now the formula is different one, sigma of fx upon sigma of f. What is the meaning of sigma here? Sigma means summation. Summation means we have to add all the fx and we have to add all the f. Means when we add, means frequency, means suppose I am saying some of the frequencies are f1, f2, f3, f4 like this. F4 like this. Suppose we have to find sigma f. So sigma f means, student, sigma f means f1 plus f2 plus f3 plus f4 like this. Means the sum of all the frequencies is called summation of f, means sigma of f. We can generally say sigma. This is the sign of sigma. Similarly, here I have written sigma of fx. What is the meaning of, student, fx? Suppose a table is given in the form of x and f. Suppose 10 is there, 20 is there, and the value of f are 2 and 3 like this. So how we can calculate it? Sigma of fx means first we have to multiply f into x. Suppose 10 into 2 is 20, 20 into 3 is 60. So how we can find sigma fx, student? Sigma fx means the sum of all fx, means sigma fx we can say that 20 plus 60, that is 80. So this is called sigma fx. So now we can understand this term by question number 5. So we can start question number 5, students. Now student, question number 5 is this. So we have to make the table first. Salary in rupees. It is given, so we can take it, suppose X, and it is number of workers. Always student remember it, when the number of workers, number of tables, number of chairs like this it is given, so you can say that it is a frequency. So we will write it here, number of workers. It means it is F. So we can say that student it is F, and in last term I have told you that what is the formula for finding the mean? Mean formula is sigma fx upon sigma f. So fx means f multiplied by x. So first we will write all the values of x and all the values of f, and then we will multiply f into x. So how we can multiply it, student? We can do it like this. Salary is given in 3000 to 10,000. 3000, 4000, 5000, 6000, 7000, 8000, 9000 and 10,000. Students, these are the salaries of the workers. And 3000 salary, how many workers are there? We have to write with the help of our book. It is given in our book that 16 workers are getting 3000 rupees salary, 12 workers are getting 4000 salary, 10 workers are getting 5000 salary, 8 workers are getting 6000 salary, and 7000 workers are getting, 6 workers getting 7000 salary, 4 workers getting 8000 salary, and 3 workers getting 9000 salary, and 1 worker getting 10,000 rupees salary. So we have to make the table like this. Now the total is, so first I have told you that we have to find the value of, we can write it sigma f. Sigma f means I have told you that sigma f means summation of all the frequencies, means when we add all these frequencies 16 plus 12 plus 10 plus 8 plus 6 plus 4 plus 3 plus 1, that is the sigma f. So we can write it here, sigma f is equal to 16 and 12 28, 28 and 10 38, 38 and 8 46, 46 and 6 52, 52 and 4 56, and 4 60. So the number of workers are 60. So we can calculate it like this also. So 60 number of workers are here. Now student, what we have to do? We have to find the value of fx. Fx means f multiplied by x. Either you have any confusion, you can write it f into x. Similarly, we can find sigma of fx. How we can find? First, we have to calculate it. 16 3 ja, we know that 48,000. We know that 16 3 ja 48. 12 4 ja 48,000. 5 10 ja 50,000. 6 8 ja 48,000. What we are doing, students? We are only multiplying these two values, 3000 into 16. This is 48,000 like this. 4,000 into 12, 48,000. 5,000 into 10, 50,000. 6,000 into 8, 48,000. It is coming again. Now 7 into 6, we know that 42. And we have to put 3 zeros there because 7,000 is there. Similarly, 8 into 4, 8 4 ja 32,000, and 9 3 ja 27,000, and 10 1 ja 10. So we can write it, this is 10,000. So all the values have came. We can calculate it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So now what we have to do, students? We have to find the value of sigma of fx. How we can find sigma fx? Simply we have to add all the numbers, all the fx, f into x. So how we can calculate it? Calculate all the three numbers are in place of 0, 0, 0 are there. So we can write it here 0, 0, 0. And now we have to calculate 7 into 9, 9 into 11, 11 and 8, 11 and 8, 19, 19 and 8, 27, 27 and 8, 35. So I am writing here 5. Now 3 is carry here, 3 is carry here. So 3 and 4, 7, 7 and 4, 11, 3, 4, 7, 7, 4, 11, 11 and 5, 16 and 4, 20 and 4, 24, 3, 27 and 3, 30. So the sigma fx is coming 305000, means that one 305000 is coming now, student, when we are calculating these things. Now student, we have to find the mean of this data. How we can find mean? X bar is equal to the sign of mean. We can write it x bar also, students. X bar means this is the mean of this. So sigma, so we can write the formula first, sigma fx upon sigma f. Now students, sigma fx, what is the value of sigma fx coming? 35000 upon sigma f is coming 60. How we can calculate it, students? Cut 0 to 0 and then divide. 6 5 ja 30. And now 50 is coming here, so we can put it here 0. 6 8 ja 48. Now 6 8 ja 48, it means 20 is left. So we can say that 6 3 ja 18. 6 3 ja 18. 6 3 ja 18. So we have found that the mean salary, the mean of this salary data is 5083.33. So student, this is the answer. Simply what you have to do first, you have to write all the values of x and all the values of f. It will be given in your book and in your book copy, either in paper also. So first what we have to find? F into x. We have to multiply it. Only simply we have to multiply it. Then we have to find the sigma of fx. Sigma, I have told you that summation of fx. Summation of means all the values should be added. So sigma fx, we have got 305000, and sigma f is equal to, we have calculated 6. Now what we have done? We have put the formula x bar is equal to, either you can write it here mean also. Mean you can write. So mean is equal to sigma fx upon sigma f, that is 305000 upon 60. It means it is coming 5083.33. So by this way we can find the mean. So students, you can note down this question in your notebook also. Now after this we will start question number 6. Now in question number 6, student, what we have to find? We have to find the given one example of a situation in which we have to write an example in which the mean is an appropriate measure of central tendency. When we find that mean is the appropriate measure of central tendency, how we can, when and why and where we can use the mean. So we will use the mean only in when the data is when the values of the data is very closer, means nearby. Suppose I am saying that to find the height of the 9th class student. So if I am writing like this, suppose I am writing 154.9 centimeter is the height of one student, 155 is the other student, 160 is the other students, 161 is the other student, 159.9 is the other student. So the data is very closer to each other, means the values are very closer, means 154.9, 155, 160, 161, 159.9. It means the numbers are very closer to each other. So we can say that when we find the height of the students, so we can use the mean. So we can say that when the when the values are very closer, so we can say that when the values are very close to each other, mean is the, what is the question? Question is that the mean is an appropriate measure. The mean is the appropriate measure. So student, you can understood that when the values are very closer to each other, we can find the mean, because 154.9 plus this plus this plus this, when we will add it, we will get the appropriate answer. You can get the values between these numbers. So we can say that for the first part, we can say that suppose the height of the student, we can write it here. Suppose you can write it in your notebook also. Suppose the height of the student. Suppose the height of the students are this much. So we can say, so the answer is when the values are very close to each other, mean is the appropriate measure. Now student, in the second part, what we have to find? Second part, the mean is not an appropriate measure of central tendency, but the median is an appropriate measure of central tendency. Where we can use the median? Just opposite of it. When the values are not very closer to each other, we can use median. When the values are not close to each other, closer to each other. So student, what is the meaning of this? When the values are not closer to each other, we can say that median is an appropriate measure. We can say that median is an appropriate measure. So let us take an example. What example we can take? We can take, suppose the marks of, example, marks of the students out of 100 in English. Marks of the students out of 100 in English. Suppose one of the student is getting 20 mark, one is getting 40 mark, one is getting 60 mark, one is getting 90 mark, one is getting 99 mark, one is getting 100 mark. So student, you can think about that. Values are not closer to each other because one number is 20 here and another number is 40, 60, 90, 99, 100. So we can use the median, because when we will use the median, we can find that the median is an appropriate measure because the values are not closer to each other. So then these two are the examples of this one. So students, we have done now question number 6 also. So the chapter is completed now, students. So I am giving you some extra questions, then you have to do in your and this question you have to do it in your rough notebook. So I am giving some extra question. So students, now students, I have written some questions here. First, what you have to do? You have to find the median and mode, median, mode and mean. Find the median, mode and mean of the following. So the numbers are written it here. I am explaining here: 29, 15, 31, 24, 29, 23, 18 and 26. Second number is 39, 42, 14, 16, 42, 27, 15, 42, 21, 27. Now student, the third question is 3, 12, 8, 14, 13, 12, 6, 22, 14 and 12. So only student, you have to find mean, median and mode of this. Mean formula, you know that sum of all observation divided by number of observation, and the median is when the numbers are odd. So the formula is different one, n plus 1 by 2 at term, and the one when the numbers are even, so n by 2 at term plus n upon 2 plus 1 at term divided by 2. And in third one, and the next one is mode. Mode is the maximum number of frequency occur. So students, we have completed this chapter. Now after this we will start new chapter. So student, do these work in your notebook properly, and thank you for watching this video. Thank you students.